I was damaging my body. I was wasting away essentially. And again, eating disorder. It's a fairly harsh word, but I mean, I would call it disordered eating. I just had no clue about eating certain foods. It wasn't that
Mm.
I was shying away from something. Essentially, what I was doing was I was addicted to seeing a number go down on a scale. And again, at this time, I was doing things
Mm.
such as fasted training. I was doing things such as carb refeeds. I was doing things I didn't even know the mechanism of. Um, but again, I had this fixation of seeing the number on the scale and getting leaner or lowering weight. And again, there wasn't nothing going with my life, and this basically took my identity. And this is all I could focus in on. I lost friends. I lost like relationships in my family. I had no social life. My libido went ages went away.
Mm.
Um, and again, like, I didn't even really know until basically I got into a very conflicted, heated argument with my ex-girlfriend's family, and it was them who basically said, Ryan, what the hell are you doing? You need to fix up. You need to sort something out. Because my family didn't even say anything. Maybe my family was scared of what I would do or how I'd react. Because, and again, they didn't want to hurt me, or I don't know. It's a weird situation. But essentially, it was a disordered eating. Became very, very underweight, around about 55 kilos. And
Jeez.
in perspective now, I'm like 97 kilos. So again, I'm not a small guy, but I was obviously very, very underweight then. And again, I was doing the so-called good things. I was eating fruit. I was eating carbohydrates, as they say. I was moving my body. But again, my life was just like going away from me, basically losing it.
I mean, do you see a sort of similarity in those kind of problems with clients that come to you? Is it the same standard? I've followed this diet, I've followed this, and I'm not losing weight. And then you look at their diet, and it's full of like vegetable oils and all the good stuff that you probably hate. But do you see these sorts of the similarities in the clients that come to you with the low libido, sleep, insomnia, those sorts of things?
Yeah, it's a very much grey area. So in sports nutrition, we call this RED, relative energy deficiency syndrome, and this really takes hold in females to more to a degree than males. And again, there's a grey zone in this spectrum of females who want to achieve a good body composition and have good health, have a good reproduction system. They want to work out, but they're just not eating enough. But again, in terms of who I work with, I have to be careful because I'm not a eating disordered or disordered eating trained clinician, so I can't really work with that sort of spectrum of clients. I have worked in terms of an approach with multiple practitioners in that setting, and it's been very beneficial. But it's very hard because a lot of people put you in cotton wool in this scenario, and from my perspective, it's like anything and everything's a bad thing. You got to be careful because you can't be keto or low carb or everything's a fad, and you just have to eat
Mm.
this balance template. And the reality is like that can be further from the truth to a certain degree with how nutrition and life health works.